let me start with a question for you. And it's a simple one, or at least it should be simple.
Okay, think about it. If banks suddenly make it more expensive for you to get your own money, to actually withdraw your cash, basic logic would say that people should probably use less of it, right? You'd find another way. Well, here in Nigeria, the exact opposite happened.
In just 6 months after ATM fees went up, Nigerians withdrew a staggering 36.34 trillion naira. And no, that is not a typo. Trillion with a T. So today we're going to figure out exactly why this is happening, what it means for your wallet, and of course, how you can move smarter. Welcome back to the channel, Finance People. If you are new here, a hearty welcome from the JoshLM Finance crew. I'll be your teacher today, so get your pen and pad out and let's break this down. All right, first things first, let's really look at the numbers because they tell an incredible story here. This isn't just some small trend we're seeing, it's a massive shift in how people are behaving with their money.
Now, what's really wild about this slide is just the sheer scale of it. If you look at the central bank's own data, between January and June of 2024, withdrawals were sitting at about 12.21 trillion naira. In that same period this year, 2025, it rocketed up to 36.34 trillion. That is nearly a 200% increase in the value of cash being pulled out of the system. Just, wow.
And get this, it's not just about people taking out bigger chunks of money. The actual number of times people went to an ATM also shot up, from around 496 million transactions to almost 859 million. So you have more money being withdrawn, more individual withdrawals, and more people literally standing in line at the ATM, even though it costs them more. That right there is the paradox we need to understand.
So you have to be asking, what exactly changed to cause all of this? Well, it all boils down to a very specific policy shift that came from the CBN back in February. So the new rules were pretty simple. If you withdraw from another bank's ATM, that'll be 100 naira for every 20,000 naira you take out. Oh, and those 3 free withdrawals you used to get every month? Yeah, those are gone. The official reason given was to cover rising operational costs. And Nigerians basically said, okay, we'll pay. So this brings us to the real heart of the issue. Why, despite the higher costs, is cash still king? Well, there are 4 pretty big reasons that explain this behavior perfectly. First and foremost, cash just works. Simple as that. It's reliable. There's no network error, no failed transfer that takes your money and holds it hostage for 3 days, and definitely no dreaded pending status. When you hand someone cash, the transaction is over, it's done, period. Second, the digital alternatives. They aren't quite there yet for everybody. Yes, POS transactions are growing like crazy, which is great. But let's be realistic. The moment you step outside of the major cities, cash isn't just an option. A lot of the time, it's the only option. For so many daily transactions, it's an absolute requirement. The third reason is, it's just a direct response to the economy we're in. With inflation and rising prices, people have adapted their behavior. To avoid paying that 100 naira fee over and over again, many people are now just withdrawing larger amounts of cash at once. Fewer trips to the ATM means fewer fees. It's a simple and honestly a smart defensive strategy. And finally, there's this element of habit and trust. Let's just be honest about it. There is a deep-seated trust in physical cash. You can see it, you can hold it in your hand, it doesn't crash, it doesn't need a software update, and it can't be hacked. In a system where digital options can sometimes feel a bit shaky, people are always going to lean on what they truly trust. So, what does all of this actually mean for your personal finances? Let's just do a quick back-of-the-napkin calculation to see how these so-called small fees really add up. Think about it like this. Let's say you run a small business, or maybe you just manage your household, and you find yourself withdrawing 20,000 naira, about 5 times a week from another bank's ATM. That's 500 naira a week, just in fees. Okay, that becomes 2,000 naira a month, and over a full year, you've spent 24,000 naira just to access your own money. That's not small money. That's your data bill for months. That's groceries. So here's the crucial point, the real irony in all of this. The policy, which was allegedly meant to push people away from cash, did the exact opposite. It revealed a deeper truth. You just can't feed people out of a habit when the alternative, well, when it still breaks down way too often. The policy accidentally highlighted just how essential cash still is. Okay, so what can you actually do about all this? let's talk about a smart money playbook to help you navigate this new reality. And hey, if you're finding this breakdown useful and you want more of these kinds of practical conversations, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you helps us get there. Thank you. So here's a simple 4-step plan for you. First, be intentional with your withdrawals. Plan them out. Don't just make random extra trips. Second, use digital channels, but only where you know they're reliable, like at a big supermarket with a solid POS system. Third, you have to start budgeting for these access costs now. Treat them as a real expense, just like you would any other bill. And finally, number 4, stay aware. These policies can and do change, and often pretty quickly.
And just a quick reminder, as always, this is not official financial advice. This is just a practical money conversation to help you think a little clearer and maybe move a little bit smarter with your finances. And that really is the main takeaway here, isn't it? It's simple. Even when access gets more expensive, people will always choose what works. And right now in Nigeria, for millions of people and millions of daily transactions, cash still works. Ultimately, understanding these trends isn't just about being smart with money. It's about survival. Which really leaves us with a final question to think about. What will it actually take for our digital financial system to become so reliable, so trustworthy, that cash is no longer king? I'd love to know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. It shows how important financial literacy is to you. Clearly, you got value from this. So do me a favor and share it with someone like you, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.